Hey guys, let's continue talking about what we did today in class and pulling together this whole idea of sampling proportions. So take a moment, pause, and read number 40. Now, as you can see, the question that 40 is asking, as I do it with symbols, that the probability of the sample proportion is greater than or equal to 20. But before I do all of that, I have got to go through some steps. So first thing I need to do is check to see if the sample is large enough. Well, here I have to use the 10% rule. N is going to be greater than 10N. Remember for here, N right here is the entire population of all motorcycles registered. And honestly, I don't know that, nor do I really care. I just know enough that it's got to be much larger than 10% of that sample that they took. Okay, so is it large enough? Yep, sample size is okay. Next, step 2 is, can I use Z? And if I can use Z, then, okay, how can I prove it? Well, I have to check my conditions. The condition where I have the N times P is greater than or equal to 10, and N times 1 minus P is greater than or equal to 10. Of course, the 14% came from this of the population. The 500 came from that of the sample. The 0.86 is 1 minus the 0.14, and that is greater than or equal to 10. And honestly, I don't care what the numbers are. I do know that that's larger than 10, so I'm not going to do the math. So therefore, it is approximately normal. Have to white out that random I. Okay, but here's a problem. What do I need for approximately normal? You know it's a z-score. And with it being the z-score, that means I need my mean and I need my standard deviation. But notice I don't have it. So here I'm using my assumption that, well, actually I do have this right here. I do have the percentage of the entire population, which is 14%, but I do need my standard deviation. So I just take in the P, the 1 minus P divided by the sample size, and here's my math right here. Why is all that necessary? Because of my last step, step 4, which is necessary to find the value or answer the question that they're asking, the probability that it's greater than or equal to 20%. So here's my notation. Please remember that this is the statistic, this is the parameter, and that's divided by the standard deviation of that proportion. When you find that, you have a z-score of 3.87. I don't know what that is, but notice what I wrote down here. It's just huge. And because I want the probability of it being greater than that as I draw out my thing right here, it is not even that big. So it's essentially 0. You can never say for AP Stats that it's 0. It has to be essentially 0. So question is, how likely is your sample to contain 20% of more, 20% or more who own Harleys? Pretty much it's not going to happen. And that's the problem for the day. Have a good one. And if you have any questions, just be prepared to ask me when you come to school tomorrow. Stay dry. It's cold and wet and windy here in Southern Cali. The Sunshine State, right? Stay dry, guys.